You ready?
No. Yes.
Fucking welcome back to the Three Artists, One Mic podcast. I am Pink Armpits, and you...
A damn quality cosplay.
I did say that we were gonna have guests, but again, shit happens. Fuck.
Life happens. Everyone died. I'm pretty sure I made this joke last week.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck.
I was editing the episode, and I'm just like, okay. I hope, like, she comes this time so that, we won't have to make the same joke. And lo and behold, we made the same fucking joke.
God damn it, they know now. I'm not actually funny. I've just been recycling jokes for 20 years of my life.
You fucking Carlos Mencia ass motherfucker. But,
it's like, oh yes, there's a new person now. I can tell them all my old jokes.
Yeah, and have Walt have the pain of fucking listening to it twice. It's one live and then second while editing. But how you been, big boy?
I'm alright. This week was pretty chill,
What's it called? So today is unfortunately the last day of my spring break, and I have to study for my fucking midterm.
Wait, you didn't tell me this. I didn't know you were on spring break.
I did.
We could have hung out, my nigga. The fuck?
Well, I was mostly trying to finish songs so I could fucking make videos, and I never filmed.
I
finished three songs.
You fucking ass.
A little bit.
Yeah, Jesus.
But yeah, and I have to study for my midterm because the fucking, what was it? Before my actual, I'm sorry, the sound when you sip. But The Wednesday, I was supposed to do it last Wednesday, my midterm, and then the fucking snowstorm happens. It was oh, class canceled, and I was like, cool. Being that my school is, super high tech and blah, 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 it'll be online. My fucking professor emails us either that same night or the day after, and goes, hey, so we're doing it Monday when y'all come back. I'm like, this fucking, But... yeah, I have my cheat sheets and all that. I'm going to cheat the fuck out of this midterm and hopefully get a good grade.
Cheating! Not the relationship kind, though. We don't
only on exams.
Yeah.
But I have a couple thingies written, literally just two.
Oh, look at me.
I had three things that I wrote. But, fuck off. But I wanted to talk about what happened this morning, actually. So... I opened doing a 6 to almost fucking 3 o'clock, and you don't really work mornings, but there's a fucking family, quote unquote. Well, not really quote unquote. They are always just fucking there, bums themselves, and one of the I feel because I almost fought one of them in high school because he was on some tough shit, and he kind of has I don't want to say retarded, but he looks like he's more slow, brother, and he always has to signal me that he's like, hey, cup. That's literally what he did. Yeah. And then he signals cup to me.
Okay.
And then, I didn't see any there, so I was like, I don't know if we have any. So I went downstairs, checked it, and I low-key act like backpack because I'm also groggy as shit in the morning, and I don't want to be there. So I come back, I'm bringing up mini cups and lids, and I was like, yeah, we don't have any. He's like, oh, okay. His fucking dad comes over and goes, hey, why you acting so stupid, man?
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I'm just like, what are you talking about?
Talk to your son, fuck.
Yeah, and he's like, he says he wants a cup. Why don't you give him a cup? We don't have any. I just saw you bring up some, and I showed him these are lids. This is what I brought up. Yo, but even then, why you acting so stupid, man? Explain it to me. How am I? Stupid? I'm doing my job. How am I being stupid? You know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't. Explain to me. Why am I being stupid? You just being fucking stupid, man. Mind you, while this is going on, there were 3 little Egyptian kids that tried to order 10 potato tacos or whatever, and I went to go fry some in the back until that motherfucker just started doing shit. And I think they got freaked out because, we're having a yelling match at each other. And they go, can we cancel the order? And I just looked at them like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god. Yo,
No, wait, hold up real quick. And then motherfucker has the gall to still sit down in the store for 2-3 more hours. Boy. This is 9-10 in the morning. And I'm just like, so if you don't like how the way I'm doing shit, why the fuck you still here?
Why are you here, dog?
Go get the fuck out.
Fuck out, yeah.
But yeah, that was my spiel. Like, motherfucker wants to have a screaming match. I was like, yo, get the fuck up. Oh, nigga, all you do is fucking sleep in here. Fuck out of here. I'll throw you out. And I just drooled over my fucking laptop.
Good job, Walter. Very proud of you.
But yeah, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, no. I got into an incident earlier this week. Probably
Like at work?
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I was taking some orders, and it came out to like $13.03 or whatnot.
Okay.
And they gave me the $13, and I was waiting for 3 cents to ring. And I was like, yeah, I still need 3 cents. And they're like, okay. And the guy behind him's like, yo, 3 cents? You gonna bother them over 3 cents?
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, like, yo, I need to eat. Come on, it's just 3 cents. He gives them $1. He's like, here, and I take $1. He's like, you're really over here about to hold them up over 3 cents. At this point, I'm like, yo, like, yeah. It's 3 cents. They need to pay 3 cents. Look, it's just 3 cents, man. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna come out of my pocket if the register comes up short. They're like, no, it's gonna be the store's gonna be short. I'm like, no, they're gonna. No, I work at Home Depot. I know exactly how it is.
Who fucking asked you?
Like, what? Boy. So he's going to this whole shit, and it's like, yo. And like, yo, we like the thing is like, I don't know how nobody in the back noticed it either because I wanted to tell them about it. They were like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I was like, yo, shit was wild, dude. He wanted to order his food so bad he gave them a fucking $1. And he let them keep the change too.
He did a good deed while being an asshole.
Yeah, work.
That reminds me, yesterday too, fucking this one lady. So it was starting to get busy, and you know it was the people working were it was like what 4 of us.
Yeah.
And so I was on the line expediting and shit, trying to get everything together, and like I'm calling on an order, and this one woman in the back. Just like I call out the order, waiting for the person to come up, give it to them, and then there's a lady in the back still waiting in line, looking at me dead in my fucking eyes, like with shades on, and going, "You gon' take orders? You gon' take orders?"
Run, son.
And I just looked at her like, "No," and then turn around and fucking do my shit. Like, who the fuck are you?
Yo, what are you doing? Wait, what? You gon' take orders?
Like,
Who
there's there were
what?
2 registers open, but like shit
Yeah.
had dubbed. The shit was building
Word,
up. The fuck
yeah.
you mean? And I'm just like, yo, who the fuck? Like, this is why, like, before, like, being an adult, I feel like everyone should, like, at least work for a year in a fast food place.
Not just fast food, retail or customer service.
Anything involving people.
Yeah,
the shittiest people.
Yeah.
Because, like, it gives you patience and, like, even more people skills and shit. But, like, this morning, I was just on some shit. I'm just like, yo, this motherfucker always want to, like, fucking annoy me just by, like, being there. Because all he does, because, like, what's it called? I usually don't care if people just hang out in the restaurant, but if I start getting yelled at, like, oh, people can't be here, they're not buying anything, like, I then gotta be that asshole and then be like, yo, you can't fucking be here or whatever.
Yeah, word.
And like, motherfucker wants to start yelling at me over a fucking plastic cup so I think it's steel soda. The fuck you mean? And yeah, I was just like, yo, fuck out of here. And then like I knew niggas on some rah-rah shit because all he did was like yell at me for what, 2 seconds and sat down. I was like, yeah, you weren't gonna fucking do anything. Your 2 sons who were like supposedly tough badasses were just staring. I would have punched a motherfucker in the face. I don't give a fuck. But I'm just like, it's not worth it.
It's not though.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, fucking Lucifer. Reference to last week's episode. But yeah. Aside from that, do you have anything you want to talk about specifically?
I'll probably think of something later. So.
I have a couple thingies.
I'll interrupt you.
Yeah, fucking asshole. I have what's it called? Oh, quick update on Mackenzie Stith, just so I can mention her again. She got her job back at Amazon. Yay, Mackenzie.
Good job.
But the first thing that I wrote down, it was when I was watching a Philip DeFranco video, because apparently Netflix, I wrote in parentheses to remind myself what it was about. Apparently, Netflix has a new patch so that they they attract more children, I guess, like a more child demographic.
Yeah.
Where like they make their shows and the interaction kind of like a game. But the main question that came out of that was like, would you give your kid or kids a tablet? Me, I'm on the idea that no.
My mom got my brother, like she was planning on getting him a tablet, and she got him a phone, and she dubbed it because he's always on the phone, so she dubbed the tablet.
Yeah, why get them both? It's either one or the other.
Yeah. I mean, see, I don't plan on having kids, so I've never.
Well, if you do,
it's something I've ever really thought about before. That's my thinking noise, guys.
apparently.
Yeah. So when I get my hypothetical future burden, a tablet.
And it's not even like if they're a burden. You're literally gonna name your child Burden.
Yes, I will. 'Cause that is the kind of parent I am.
Fucking piece of shit. I mean, cause like I've always seen like parents, like whether in the store or even like walking around in general.
For some reason my Bejeweled is frozen.
Why are you playing Bitch? We are doing a show.
Yeah, but it's multitasking.
Fuck you. But what's it called? So I always see like little kids with fucking tablets. Like, they're like a year old or even 3. They'll be walking with a fucking tablet. I'm just like, why? They're like multiple possibilities, and it doesn't apply to every child. They could drool on it, like all over it, damage the fuck out of it, and it's like what $500 to maybe $1,000 piece of technology.
I wouldn't trust a child some that expensive, especially not at the age of 3.
Yeah,
like my brother's like 10.
Yeah.
10. Yes, 10.
I have to think about it.
Hush.
And what? He's like super distracted by it, right?
Yeah. He's usually on his phone over something. He watches. He's a fan of one of the Paul brothers.
Oh.
I'm ashamed.
He's like, I like the one with the suicide forest.
Boy, if you don't get your.
But yeah, and I never really liked that idea, and like, I don't want to say it's also because when I was growing up I never had it. Yeah, and it also reminds me of my fucking younger cousin who like apparently he has a tablet. Yeah, and he also uses his mom's phone. Mm-hmm. And I think he also has a phone. I don't know. He's like what 12, and like because he's the younger kid, I guess, like, my aunt spoiled him. Yeah. And so he's always kind of acting like a brat and shit. And I'm just like when my parents tell me, like, some of the shit that he does, like, he acts like a little fucking brat. And I'm like, yo, y'all niggas lucky that I'm not there. I'll smack the shit out of him. Both him and the technology out of his hand and be like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Yo, okay, we have this white friend, right? Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm talking directly to the audience here. Yeah, we have this white friend. Okay. Yeah, and okay, it's backpack. I don't care. It's backpack.
We already have a fake alias for him.
Holy shit! There's no butterflies on the board. I'm sorry.
Fucking
Bejeweled.
Fuck your Bejeweled.
Anywho, yeah, and yeah, I remember in high school what he'd do always pick up a call from his mother, and like the way he talked to his mother, I'm like, yo. If I ever, like, it'd have been over when I got home. I'd have to hear it. I'd either have to hear it or feel it. Yeah. Like, because this nigga was, like, cursing at his parents. Like, I was like, okay, shut up. Like, shut up. I was like, yo.
Like, if I were to do that to my parents, then you instantly get hit.
Word, yo, that's it. That's it. What you mean, though?
Either, like, their own hands or anything that they can reach.
Word, yo. Fuck.
I mean, yeah, I do. Like, you've also, like, we've talked about this before, and, like, you also get nervous when, like, I curse in front of my parents, but I'm not, fuck you, Dad!
Yeah, word, you're not cursing at them, you're just cursing around them. You're in conversation with them. Me, I don't really curse with my mom at all. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, never...
well, when I met your mom, this past weekend, you're like, oh, yeah, but this shit, and like, my eyes lit up for a second. I was like,
did I? I don't remember that.
It was when we were, because I did a photo shoot for Pat this past week, whatever, and you were doing should I say the costume?
Yeah.
The Mad Sweeney, and you were trying to figure out how fucking suspenders worked, and then like they kept literally snapping off, and I'm just like and even your mom was like and like you're like shit, and I was like bad cursing in front of his
mom. I've gotten like mildly more comfortable with it, but like not to the extent where I'm like dropping F-bombs around her. Mm. Or say nigga around there, like I seen you do with your parents. I was like, oh.
I mean, I literally call my mom nigga because it pisses her off. My dad hates it too. He's like, I didn't raise y'all to talk like this. Well, they don't use y'all. He's like, I didn't raise you two to talk like this. I was like, alright, and
I kind of find it funny, that aspect of like, assuming that like your behavior is a product of your raising.
It applies to some people, but it also depends on like.
Because I'm like, listen, if I was anything like, oh man, this person did that. How are their parents raising them? I'm like, listen, right? I do a bunch of fuck shit. My mom never endorsed any of this. My mom was like the exact opposite of me personality-wise.
Wait, but like, when I went to your place, your mom was like, I made him like this.
That's in regards to returning shit.
Yeah.
That's in regards to, like, ODing on returning shit. Otherwise, like, you know, I'm a super messy, disorganized person. She hates that. She's, like, organized to the max. So, like, where I find it annoying.
She looks in your room and she's like...
Basically, yeah. And I'm just like, yo, why do you care? You're not in my room. You don't operate in my room.
Yeah.
Why does my room matter to you? Mm-hmm. And so it's like, we're exact opposite people like that. So, like, you know, it'd be weird, like, oh, someone came and saw like a dirty house. I was like, oh, who raised you? I'm like, I wasn't raised like this. Believe me.
I didn't have time to clean. And
I just developed my own personality as a human being, you know. So yeah,
my own free will. Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also that thing where like there are some people who like they'll move in, they'll move out to their own place, but then eventually like maybe their mom or their dad or even both of them will like end up moving in with them. And then there are some parents because like they're either old fashioned or like they all they still have the technically authority over you because you're they're your parents, but like you're a grown ass person, and they'll be like, oh, like why is this like that? And like there are some people like, yo, this is my house. Like literally, the fuck you mean?
Yeah, word.
I pay rent here.
Like it's funny. I've been to my boy Chris's place, and like when I go in his room, I'm not gonna
beep.
We don't need to beep Chris's name. It's literally the first name. Chris. It's a pretty common first name. I've been to his house and like. I go to his room, I'm like, wow, there's clothes on the floor. He's like, isn't it therapeutic? I'm like, it really is.
He gets home
because he lives on his own. He lives on his own.
He's like, he gets home from work. And he's like, all right, time to take off everything.
Yes. Like, yo, this is a mountain of clothes, and he lives with the girlfriend. He's like, yo, and they're both the same way. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful.
and then the landlord comes over like, pick up your fucking clothes.
The landlord is his girlfriend's grandparents.
Oh.
Pick up your clothes, you fucking nasty.
Oh my god.
My what's it called? I wanted to do this last week, but I kept forgetting.
Good job.
The second topic is to review apps that I was recommended because to contact the guest that I was trying to get on, I had to download Discord so I could talk to her directly. And when I was downloading it, I was I still haven't like really messed with them because I wanted like live reactions. Mm-hmm. But the two apps I was recommended was an Alex Jones soundboard.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's a thing. And then when I downloaded it for shits and giggles, I got another one called Begone Thought.
I mean, like,
so I was like, okay, I don't know what these are.
Pero, like, okay, like.
Alright, so let's go into Begone Thought. So you open it, and it's a really shitty zoomed-in JPEG of Freddy with his neck backwards with his glowing red eyes. Fuck? And there's a button that says Begone Thought. Let's press it.
Begone Thought!
I have several questions.
That's literally it. Because
is that what the app is?
It's literally it.
I'm a little bit disappointed.
It's just... It's just a fucking app for a sound, and I'm
kind of mad,
and I'm uninstalling it because that's literally it. You're taking up memory.
What
Fuck
the
off.
fuck?
Now let's check out this Alex Jones soundboard because oh man, Alex Jones is such a what the oh my god. There's categories. Okay, so there's so there's insults, replies, rants, and then others. So. I guess you want to go insults?
Sure.
Okay. There's a bunch of them. I'm assuming like if you press them, it's just him saying shit. It's authoritarian, flaming racist, shut your mouth, piece of trash, scum, control freak, and liberal. Let's press authoritarian.
Authoritarian. You're a flaming fascist.
I read racist as fascist. I mean, fascist is racist.
Bruh.
I can't read.
Good job. Good job.
Shut your murderous fat mouth.
That's a very specific insult.
I'll have you know, my mouth works out daily.
Piece of trash. Scum. Control freak. Liberal.
What the fuck? Why do you sound like Trump?
Oh my god. Okay. You know what I find hilarious?
Uh-huh.
Like, especially with, like, I mean, like, I get, like, we're a two-party country and everything, but, like, I feel like everyone seems to think, like, liberal
is, like, the most worst thing.
No, liberal, I mean... Republicans think liberal is the most worst thing. Whatchamacallit? liberals and everyone seems to think like liberal and Republican like the only two political philosophies out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it was like, I mean, like you have there's like a whole spectrum. It's like
no, and it's got even to the point where in like some debates, like there are Republicans that support Trump and some that don't, and so they get split into conservatives and then just regular Republicans. So conservatives are the ones that don't support Trump, and then Republicans are Trump supporters. It's like, what the fuck?
So it's like I'm like, yo, there's more than just two party. Like you got, like on the left side you have like and you have anti-fascists, you have anarchists, you have liberals. Mm-hmm. I mean, anarchists is like as far.
What about the Green Tea Party? The Green Party and the Iced Tea Party and the. Okay, apparently it beeps.
There we go.
Do you understand?
I don't.
Answer the question.
Fuck!
I was trying to be smart for a second, and you ruined me.
It doesn't work on me.
I know.
You
Fuck.
think that stuff really works on me?
A little bit.
Answer the question.
I love that this is tiny. No. Oh my God! There's Demon Hillary. What the fuck is Demon Hillary?
Hillary, reportedly, I mean, I always told people around her that they think she's demon possessed, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and say it, okay? They said that they're scared. That's why when I see her, when kids are by her, I actually get scared myself. As a child. I mean, that big rubber face and that... Oh my God. I mean, this woman is dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm telling you. She is a demon. This is biblical. She's going to launch a nuclear war.
What the fuck?
And there's also just Hillary Clinton is a demon.
What do I do, Lord? Destroy the child. These are demons. Just like the Bible says, it's basically an intergalactic invasion into this space through people. I'm telling you, it's what all the ancients said, it's what they warned of, it's what we're dealing with. They're demons. They're frickin' interdimensional invaders, okay? I'll just say it, make fun of me all you want on CNN or wherever, but everyone already innately knows this. These people are not frickin' humans, okay? Hillary Clinton is a goddamn demon.
Fuck.
So is this guy like a news anchor or some shit? Or like...
You know who Alex Jones is?
No.
He's a fucking news reporter on YouTube.
What the fuck?
There's a you watch H Bomber Guy, don't you?
Yeah.
He had a whole video about one of his kind of I think associates who like sells energy drinks that are very manly.
Yeah, the soy video, yeah.
And Alex Jones like he's like, you need to drink this fucking, this energy drink called, I forget, it's like fucking man something, and it's like supposed to be like this, you know, super manly energy drink and blah, 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 and it's like $40 for like a tiny ass fucking bottle. That, yeah. But then like, as H Bomber Guy said, it's like, hey, it contains soy. But, yeah, Alex Jones, I think I referenced him a couple times at work where, like, I would just yell, they're turning the freaking frogs gay! And that's a reference to, with the whole, thing in Flint, Michigan. Yeah. All the water being all fucked up and shit. And apparently, according to Alex Jones and all his other shit, he's like, they're turning the frogs gay. And he also believes that, what's it called? All the shootings that have been happening, they're all staged. And, you know, Hurricane Sandy was full of crisis actors or whatever they're called.
What the fuck?
But speaking of Hillary Clinton, you know, even though we're not fucking political, she apparently got into some shit because she was in India doing a conference. And she's basically like, look, see all this area of people? I won this. Me. And basically, like, she went on a whole fucking rant how, like, people who voted for Trump are dumb, kind of. Yeah. Like, she implies that they're fucking stupid. Because she's like, oh, all the people that voted for me are good and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, she caught a whole bunch of fucking flack. I didn't hear
about this. When did this happen?
This happened, like, sometime last week. And,
how have I not heard about this then? What the fuck?
I don't know. But fucking, yeah, like, people started giving her hella shit. It's like, wait, so you're saying that everyone that didn't vote for you and voted for Trump is fucking stupid? Like, it was either you or Trump. You know, or Hennessy. Or, the dead gorilla.
Or the libertarian guy.
Who?
I forget his name.
Gary Johnson?
Is that his name?
No, I don't think he's libertarian. Is he? I don't forget. There was I think Gary Johnson, unless I'm fucking up his name, and Jill Stein.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jill Green.
Jill Green. I mean, I think she was part of the Green Party, wasn't she?
That might be where the confusion came in.
But yeah, I mean, that's why like I don't want to get political like on this show because it's like, do believe in this thing?
We've gotten political like 5 times already.
But light.
What do you mean light?
We
had a whole ass episode.
It was called Education and Politics Light.
And then the episode after that, we got into a lot of shit too.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've gotten into
current events. Gotta stay topical. Happy St. Patrick's Day. That's the week after.
Oh yeah, right?
We're recording this on St. Patrick's Day.
Recording it a day after St. Patrick's Day. Don't lie to them.
Oh shit, fuck. Yeah, I forgot. That was yesterday.
Don't lie to them, you bitch.
Forgot, fuck.
Damn it, Walter, leave.
Fuck you.
Leave, your door's right there.
You smell. But, yeah, so Alex Jones is a very interesting person because, like, he, like, as one of the comedians that I follow from JK News says, he's, I didn't know that there was such a person with a voice that sounds like a car engine. And if you think about it, he's not fucking wrong. Like, there's another called I Will Go to Hell. It's a rant.
You know what? I will go to hell before I sit here and I watch this country and the world turned over to these savages. I'm done, I'm pissed, and I'm not putting up with it anymore. Let me tell you something, you filthy traitors in the government, you pieces of crap. You are the most degenerate, twisted, mentally ill people I've ever seen, wanting to gang rape this republic.
Fuck. What the fuck?
And the West, that has been the literal cornerstone, the absolute jewel in the crown of free Western Renaissance societies and the very best literature, music, technology, science, medicine, culture the world's ever seen. You Satanists want to sacrifice the West. Goddess that is the West. You people are enemies, and we're going to get your asses, and we know what you're up to, and we're coming for you.
Yo, Jesus!
That was a whole rant and a half. Why are you pointing at the Last Supper?
I just realized he had it on your wall as I said Jesus, and it fit.
Okay, just so we can get out of this fucking, there's another category called I and then others. Oh my god, the gay frogs rant is on here!
Oh god!
I like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Hey mate, homosexuality
Wait, why is there Super Saiyan? Okay, so that's what they meant. Destroy the child.
Destroy the child.
It's the fucking Hillary thing.
My heart's big.
Shut the door.
Shut the door. Let's get this going.
We're breaking the conditioning. We'll never be your slaves.
We'll never be your slaves.
What the fuck?
What is this? What is this? I have so many questions.
You have a strong will.
I fucking love Super Saiyan. Or and it just says,
I'm not a slave. I'm sick of this country. I'm coming.
I mean, like,
I'm alive. I'm a human.
pero like, good for you.
I like to eat.
So do I, buddy. Like,
I love it. I like to fight. I'm here. I'm angry. I'm a pioneer.
alright, fuck Alex Jones. Oh, I had way more fun than I anticipated with this.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, that was fucking crazy.
Holy god.
Oh my god. The other two things that I have written down are fucking, because you were listening to me finish another episode of Adventures in Roommating, because I'm still catching up on episodes. Okay. In one of them, there was, I think it was called Megan Describes Superheroes or something. Yeah. She, like, doesn't read comics or whatever. Yeah. She's just like, oh, Superman, strong guy. Boy, or whatever. And you, being the big comic book fan or whatever, I wrote, like, two of them who, like, I guess they're kind of equal characters. Okay. In certain aspects.
Hey, you know what? Tell me her description, and I want to see if I can guess the character.
Oh no, I didn't write that, but
Okay.
if anything, I can show you the episode. But she put one of the things they were talking about was Batman versus Iron Man.
Yeah.
Because they're both rich boys.
Yeah, basically. That's
So who would win? Do you think?
Me personally? Brucey.
Bruce?
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking Iron Man because like, oh, jeez, laptop. Okay, I was thinking Iron Man because like he's a big metal boy and like even though apparently Batman knows like 92 languages of martial arts and shit.
170 different martial arts.
What the fuck? Who learned?
Mind you, no, I'm sorry, 170 martial arts, 12 master's degrees, and a bunch of other like dozens of other different skills in the space of about 10 years.
And how old is he supposed to be?
Again, no, he learned all these in the space of about 10 years.
That's impossible.
I know.
Like, okay, because master's degrees require 6 to 8 years of
I guess
studying
he just like
shit.
got accelerated study. Like he just like learned everything.
Bullshit!
He just learned everything required for the master's degree,
Because
and then
okay, for example, I was offered
and then put in his thesis wild quick.
Fuck off. I was offered a fucking to get a master's degree in business,
Yeah.
which would require me to study for 2 more years. Fuck that shit. I'm getting my bachelor's and I'm done.
Okay.
And it's basically I gotta take a bunch of business classes while I'm doing my other classes. So you're basically working on 2 degrees at the same time. So I get my bachelor's and then my master's in business at the same time. Money.
Word.
I've been studying for what fucking 5, 6, 7 years already. Fuck you mean? That's 2.5 degrees. Because associates will barely help you get anything now. You at least need a fucking bachelor's to get a decent job. Maybe decent. Masters would be okay. It'll help you out a lot. But the fuck you mean 12 master's degrees? Kind of fucking muscle bullshit is this? Yo, fuck DC. Iron Man, he's just a smart boy who fucking built a fucking robot he can get into. He's like, oh, now I got a fucking fucking glow in the dark button on my chest, and that's my heart or some shit. I've never watched any of these fucking movies. I'm just going off of what I see on the screen.
But yeah, no, Iron Man strategically is an idiot.
Isn't he supposed to be super smart or
No,
whatever?
he's smart in terms of building shit, but in terms of like thinking, his main method of attack is just fly, shoot beams.
Isn't that why
Punch.
Captain America's more of the
Leader, tactician, yeah.
Because he apparently is a master strategist.
Yeah. But yeah, Iron Man isn't really good at pulling strategies out of his ass. So that's definitely where Bruce would have the advantage.
So I guess what Iron Man would just like rush in, but Batman would like analyze his opponent at the same time while he's
Pretty
doing
much.
it.
I feel like okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to think about how it would go, and I feel like Batman would be like on the evasive for a while.
Yeah, he would. He'd
have to be.
I gotta dodge this fucking flying guy.
Yeah. Well, he'd probably find a way to hack the suit if he could. I'm not sure. Mind you, Tony's suits have gotten like more and more ridiculous over the past.
All I know is that because I haven't seen any of the fucking Avengers movies. All I know is that he built a fucking Hulk Buster suit, so he could take down the Hulk.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know what happened, but he's like, oh, look, I got.
It's funny because like
Hulk.
the movie is like the only time where the Hulk Buster suit ever actually worked.
Oh, it's failed otherwise.
Yeah, and like every comics and cartoon, the Hulk Buster suit, Hulk fucks that shit up.
Well, isn't it that like Hulk is like super fucking OP because isn't like the madder he gets, the more stronger he
Yeah,
gets?
yeah, he's wild. He's wild.
You have to say it 3 times. That's how wild he is.
Word, dog.
There were 2 involving Thor versus Superman.
Superman,
and Wonder Woman versus Thor.
A Death Battle did Wonder Woman versus Thor, and
because they're both gods.
Yeah. Wonder Woman did.
I saw Wonder Woman. That's the only fucking movie I saw.
Yeah. Death Battle did Wonder Woman versus Thor, and according to them, Wonder Woman wins based off of like they're pretty even in a lot of areas. However, she takes speed. Mm-hmm. Like there's they pulled a feat from like one random comic where apparently this villain split himself into or like had pieces of something all over the universe and those like trillions of pieces, and he pulled them all towards him at the speed of light.
Fucking Voldemort.
I don't know. And he pulled them all towards him at the speed of light, and she blocked all of them with her bracelets.
What?
Yeah. So based off of that feat, like her speed is like on a different level than Thor's. So like,
okay,
now that was their main
pull up for
why Wonder Woman would win that fight.
Okay, speaking of like Wonder Woman in the movie, I guess spoilers if you haven't seen it. But
what
like,
are you doing with your life?
Fuck off. I haven't seen any of these fucking Justice League or Avengers movies.
Yeah, 'cause these suck.
Watch anime and make music.
Yeah, 'cause you suck,
fucking you and I and I succumb to depression while I'm at school. but
it's just like a fucking weeb.
you're not wrong. But,
fuck! God damn! I got my butterfly killed.
Fuck
sorry.
your Bejeweled. I want to name that this episode. But, I don't know if it's accurate in the comics where like Wonder Woman like clashes her two bracelets.
That's more of a recent thing, I think.
And then like she like creates this fucking power wave, and it's like,
yeah, that's more of a recent thing, I believe. That they
because like I was thinking like that's kind of dumb. She's like, oh no, I got a block, and then goes, it's like,
oh shit, everyone's dead.
It's like, oh shit, you fucking knocked down all the Amazonian women.
But yeah, and I'm also pretty sure Diana's the more skilled fighter of the two between her and Thor.
I mean, because she's always training and shit.
Yeah.
Because
Thor's more brute strength.
Thor's just like, oh, I'm a fucking guy.
I mean, mind you, there was in the first movie when he got his powers taken away, he was still able to like fight through like dozens of SHIELD agents.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely give the fighting skill edge to.
I also remember just now because I was watching a Did You Know movies on Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And apparently.
Ragnarok was hilarious, by the way. Ragnarok was great.
I mean, like,
Ragnarok was like the first good Thor movie.
But. Yeah, because apparently, like, they think that was what, the third?
Yeah.
And I was listening to like the facts about it that they were saying, and they were like, oh, it was Chris Hemsworth who wanted the movie. He's the one that does Thor, right?
Chris Hemsworth.
Okay. I was like, Chris Evans? No.
No, Chris Evans is Captain America.
Yeah. So Chris Hemsworth was just like, yo, so like I want this to be more funny. So they kind of rewrote the script so they would have more comedic scenes.
I mean, the director was actually a big part of why it was funny. The director really, the director really wanted to be really zany and really out there because the other movies, like, it's like, okay, this is a Thor movie, and the comics Thor has his own mythos. There's the Asgard and the Nine Realms and whatnot. And the first movie, I kind of get why they had to base most of it on Earth. Because, like, they're trying to establish, they're going to introduce Thor to Earth, and just how Thor's going to become a part of the Avengers and blah, blah, blah. So we didn't get to see much of Asgard, but and in the second movie, there's still a lot of shit on Earth for some reason. And then when we got to see one of the other Nine Realms, one of them looked basically like...
So they're different dimensions.
Yeah, they're different dimensions, basically.
Okay.
And when we got to see one of the other Nine Realms, and like it, like visually didn't really look much different from like medieval Earth. Yeah. Like it was like, okay, this is like Earth a couple hundred years ago. That's what this looks like. And then the other one was just like stark black desert, rocks and shit,
edgy world.
Yeah, it was like, oh, okay, none of these are visually interesting. And again, we spent most of our time on Earth. This one, it was like maybe about like 10 minutes spent on Earth in this movie, and then the rest of it's like zany, wild, fucking brilliantly colored space adventures that like. Really visually dynamic and shit.
Yeah, because apparently the term Ragnarok is supposed to be like a clash of like gods or some shit.
Yeah.
And Chris Hemsworth was so glad that he got rid of the wig because he could move more freely. He's like, yo, fuck this wig.
No, but one thing I would like to point out, the world building in the Thor movies has been shit. Because like we've seen Asgard for long, so we don't know shit about Asgard.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like I just watched Black Panther yesterday for the first time, and it's like. In one movie, I know more about Wakanda than I do about Asgard over the course of 3 movies. And it's like, yeah, there's like a huge difference in world building skills and actually showing the community that the hero lives in when it's like a special like sci-fi community type shit. And yeah, the world building in the Thor movies has been.
My mom and sister saw Black Panther last night.
Okay,
they went with my aunts and like.
Wait, did they go to Newport?
Yeah.
What time?
9. What, did you see them?
No, because we went. I saw a 7:30 show. Okay. I was like, yo, wild awkward.
How? You're just like, oh my god, hi.
Hi.
My mom would have been like, oh my god, it's Patrick.
Let me get a ride home.
You fucking. They would would have been like, if you want to ride, you gotta fucking wait because they went to go eat afterwards.
Okay.
They want to give me the ride. I didn't wait to fuck.
Yeah, I'm joking. I was with my dad and my uncle and whatnot. And, yeah.
No, and like my mom was like offering me to go too, and I'm just like, yo, I just did like a 12-hour shift. Why am I gonna pay like $13 to $20 for a fucking movie ticket to sleep? Like, I've done that once, and luckily I only like napped for like 5 minutes during the movie. It was when what senior year of high school, and that was when I wanted to be more involved in school.
Yeah.
And I was like low key forced to start college hella early. Like I did like a semester's worth of classes throughout senior year of high school, and I was also on the swim team.
Yeah.
And there was one time when like I got out of class or I got out of something, and I ran to fucking I got out of class and ran all the way to fucking Newport to watch the fourth Transformers movie. It's like the only Transformers movie I watched.
Good for you.
It was fucking dumb even then. Like, that was the fourth. The fourth one was the one with the forced Romeo and Juliet laws.
Yeah.
Because I remember that, and I literally fucking went. I had one of my kind of laughs because like it was literally on screen for like 2 seconds. I was like, y'all not serious about this. This fucking 17-year-old dating a 20-something-year-old boy. Like, the fuck you mean? Like, the movie had to literally force an explanation.
And then like explain like y'all can just like rewrote the ages. Chick doesn't look 17.
She looked like she's like in her 20s.
Yeah, you could have just said this is his 20-something-year-old daughter.
She's 22.
Yeah, word. I'm like, yo, what the?
And he's
why
like,
would
I'm 27.
It's like Michael Bay's like, hey, I like 17-year-olds today. Like,
it reminded me of the fucking one of this creepy Mexican dudes who like shows up at work and like he's hit on like 2 of our female coworkers, and one of them who's like a short girl, and he came up to him and he's like, in Spanish he goes, yeah, I like small girls.
yo,
And I'm just like,
wait, did he really do the tongue thing?
Yeah.
Boy!
Because the girl explained it to me. She's like, yeah, he came up to me once and he was like, oh, I like small girls, and then like licked his tongue at me, and I'm just like, yo, what kind of fucking pedophile shit? Why'd you flip the cup?
It felt classy.
Fuck off. But so like we went on a whole fucking tangent on shit.
Yeah, we really did.
But that's I wanted to ask about the fucking I wanted to ask about the fucking Wonder Woman thing, because I was like that was kind of like a dumb thing, but I guess it was written in just so they could introduce she has powers that she'll find out about later. I have a bunch of gripes with the movie, but like it was still,
like, what are your gripes with the movie? Please, I'd like to.
I mean, it's because like I know like it was taking place during the 40s or whatever.
No, not even.
Oh wait,
this is World War One.
World War One, yeah. So like the 30s,
the 10s.
Fuck! I've got my times wrong. But yeah, okay. So yeah, it takes place around World War One, and like yes, women literally had no rights back then. But the fuck is that beeping sound? I'm assuming it's something downstairs. But what's it called? So it to me like yes, it was a good experience, but like Wonder Woman literally going into a fucking room just going, I'm a woman.
Wait, no, okay, that's not what happened.
No,
Wait,
that's
down.
exaggeration.
That is not what happened.
Okay, so like when she got kicked out of the room where like a bunch of political people were there. And the villain was hiding amongst the shadows.
Okay, the villain was wild stupid. I'll give you that.
The reveal was fucking stupid.
But
also,
no.
the fucking when they showed his backstory, it was just him but buff, and I'm just like, kind of fucking British ass. He's like, yo, I struggled a long fucking time, and then I'm the god, so I'm mad. So fuck you.
Okay. Hold on. I touched his nose.
Yeah. Fucking.
It got weird. Yeah, no, she didn't really like come to I'm a woman. She just came like there
were some certain points.
She was from a society.
Yeah.
With all
literally women.
Literally, and then she comes to a society.
I don't understand how they reproduce.
They don't.
Do they spawn?
They're immortal.
Yeah, but how do they come to be?
Explain this in the movie.
Did they?
Yes. Fuck.
Fucking what?
Jesus!
What was it? What was
Fuck!
it?
The only one of them who had kids was goddamn Diana's mom.
Fucking.
There was only one child on the island, and that was fucking Diana.
Where the fuck all these women come from?
Whoever the fuck birthed them 1,000 fucking years ago. Yo, my nigga, pay attention. Yo,
It was all like, oh man, backstory. Unnecessary expedition.
shut up. Fuck. Okay, so she comes from a society. It was entirely made up of women. She comes to this society where I don't know where, women don't have as many rights. So she comes in and she's expecting, to be treated like an equal. And then when she's not, she's gonna be like, "Yo, the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And that's basically what it was. She came into the war room, gave valuable, actually,
Yeah, she's like, y'all fucking stupid.
Yeah, she gave valuable advice, and then they were like, "Oh, woman," because that is what would have happened at the time.
Yeah. No,
I don't really see where you're like, "Oh,
no.
I'm a woman."
No, there was like I think it was one of the trench warfare scenes where like what was his name, Trevor or whatever?
Steve Trevor, yeah.
Steve Trevor was like, was like, you can't do it. You're a woman. She goes, yeah, I am a woman.
I don't think he ever said you can't do it. You're a woman.
He said something along those
lines. He
lines.
probably said you're only one woman, or you're probably only one.
Yeah,
person.
she's like, yeah,
whatever the implication.
I have to do.
I don't think he ever implied that she couldn't do it because she was a woman. I think his implication was like, you're one fucking person.
Yeah.
And these people have been like, we've been trying to like gain this one field of land for like the past couple months.
Yeah,
that's literally what happened.
Yo, fuck y'all shit. I'm gonna literally walk through this fucking thing. But like. The main message, women, like the whole movie was kind of like a woman empowerment thing.
But I mean, that wasn't the main message of the movie. I think that actually
it wasn't.
I think they flawed the main message of the movie, which is what my main problem with it.
War exists, but it can be solved with love.
Okay.
Friendship.
The idea, the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like Diana's kind of naive, and she believes that like we take out Ares, we can stop the war, and Steve's Steve's from the perspective like. From the way he's lived his life, it's like no, taking out one person isn't going to stop a war. War is a human problem, and the idea is like war is a systemic problem. War is you don't just there's not just one big bad guy, and which actually, and if they'd stuck with that actually would have been really cool because most superhero movies, most action movies really tend to revolve around the one evil guy, not really take the evil as a systemic issue. They don't really look at it like that. Whereas this Wonder Woman was trying to like for at least like maybe the first two quarters of the movie or 3/4 of the movie, it looks like that's what they were going for. Yeah. It looks like that's the message they're trying to show, that war is a systemic issue, not just one evil asshole. And then out of nowhere at the end, she kills Ares, she fights Ares,
but the
war's over! No, she kills Ares and the war, because remember she thought she killed Ares and the war's still going on.
Oh yeah,
and
that was fucking muscle dude.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be the big turning point, like wait, maybe, war isn't maybe humans are just trash. Yeah. Yeah, that's like, and
I mean, it was a cool moment in the movie, but then when it was revealed who the final villain was,
then it was revealed that
it was really fucking dumb. Because it was like, I'm a muscle steroid dude. Oh, you're dead.
But then she actually kills Ares, and then the war finishes right there, and like, that kind of shits on the whole message of the movie. Yeah. And like,
it was also just like what. They did the whole thing where before Steve Trevor, sacrifices himself, they did the whole thing where like they silence the movie and he whispers something to her. Yeah. And then during the fight, she's like, "No, it's friendship that's what matters." Or whatever. And then she punches him and he's like, "Ah, I'm Ares and dead."
But yeah, she kills him and then the war's over, and that's what really bothered me. I was like, you spent the whole movie building up this message, then you shat all over the message at the very end. And I'm like, okay, the way I would have written it, right? Okay. Because their whole thing in the movie, right? They wanted to be like, Ares wants to show that humans are trash. Yeah. And in order to do so,
getting their wrath to come out.
He basically gives them ideas. He doesn't like tell them to do them. He gives them, hey, there's a special kind of poison you can use. I'll kill a lot of people. He doesn't tell them to do it. He just puts the idea in their head. It's like, hey, so this is the thing. He doesn't tempt them. No, he never pushes them towards it. He just said, hey, here's an idea. Here's a thing you could do.
I'm sorry.
It's like he puts the pie in front of them, but he doesn't tell them to eat the pie.
Yeah. There was this channel that I really liked, brought by PBS. It was called Idea Channel, and like it always starts with like the host going, "Here's an idea," and then whatever. Yeah. I just imagine like Ares going like, "Here's an idea, poison."
But no, Ares puts the pie in front of you. He doesn't tell you to eat the pie.
Yeah, he's just like, "Yo, so like there's pie there, so like,
yeah, yeah. What you do with the pie is up to you."
Yeah.
And what they did with the pie is they killed people.
Like poisoning it.
Yeah. And so he's like, this is his way of showing that humans are trash. Yeah. And I get what they're trying to do, but in the comics, right?
Yeah.
Ares' whole thing is that he is war embodied. Like, you know, where he goes, at one point, like, I remember...
War's bound to happen.
Yeah, war's bound to happen. At one point, I remember they tracked him, like, by, like, tracking a bunch of violent incidents that occurred through, and, like, to figure out where he was. And that's just who he is. He is the living embodiment of war.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, okay, how I would have done it is, I would have had him kick Diana's ass in the fight. I would have had him, you know, kick her ass, and then dip. Maybe she got in a few good looks and whatever. And then she realizes that, like, you know, the answer isn't killing Ares or, like, you know, in a direct fight. The answer is, you know, another thing, I'm sorry, in the comics is he gains power from war.
So, like, if there's, like, war going on...
Yeah, the more war going on, the more powerful he is. So what I would have done is, like, okay, in order for Diana to chip away at his power, like she does in the comics, she becomes an ambassador. She becomes a diplomat.
Does she also at the end of the movie?
No, she doesn't. She works in a museum or some shit.
The fuck? There was like this whole fucking fancy vault, and she's like,
And that was my story.
yeah, she fucking just jumps off a building.
She's like,
And I was like, because my thing was like, wait, this took place hella fucking early, and then like I forgot that she's a god also plays immortal. So I was like,
she's
wait,
like
so
5,000 years old, yeah.
yeah. So I was like, so how the fuck does she make it to the fucking Justice League? I was like, wait. That makes sense now. She's a fucking vampire.
Good job, Walter. Good job.
Related it to mythical things.
So yeah, how I would have had her become, you know, do like she doesn't come and become a diplomat, and by becoming a diplomat for peace and trying to enforce peace and trying to, you know, solve war through by attacking the systemic issues that cause war, and doing that, chip away at Ares' power.
Yeah.
You know, if there's no war, Ares doesn't have power, and by that way, like basically using Ares as a metaphor for war instead of
like literally chip away at his thing, like you know how he gets the fucking super armor or whatever.
Shut up.
Whatever the fuck the armor, he's just like, you fire, and also, hey look, I have armor.
Yeah, I would have had it. Yeah, I would have had her, you know, as her, like, you know, she probably wouldn't be successful, but like I just show her doing that, you know.
Like literally have
like,
her
okay, I'm going
win.
to having to struggle to be like no, her getting her ass kicked by Ares, and then realizing that, you know, beating Ares in a straight fight isn't the way. The way is, because Ares gains power from war,
is to stop the war, then kill Ares,
or just stop war. I don't know. Shut up.
I mean, like, what's it?
It's to stop the war and you know, by becoming diplomat and attacking the systemic issues that cause war, and eventually causing Ares to lose power.
Or you just overpower the country with great force.
No.
Thus making Ares even more powerful. Then Wonder Woman will be like, shit, I fucked up.
Good job.
But then, like, there'll be another Deus Ex Machina where Zeus will literally come and he's like, hey, stop it! He literally just slaps Ares across the face and goes, stop. And he's like, oh no! And then he crumbles and turns to ash or some shit. Then the movie's over.
In the animated movie, she cuts his head off.
Cool. That would have been cool. I don't know, like...
By the way, the DC animated movies are way better than the live action ones.
Well, yeah, it's because like there was probably more care put into it. But what's it called? It was also weird that like Ares was super fucking British.
Yeah, that didn't like yo, why does he have that like yo, okay, like okay,
the
it's a reveal.
Mustache.
He's the villain. Okay, I'm expecting him to turn into like some big demon shit.
And his voice will change and everything.
Yeah, he'll be like, you know, the fiery eyes. No, he puts on armor and he still looks like a skinny British nigga under that.
With
like,
armor on.
Yeah, and it's like you can see his fucking wild Thornberry's ass facial hair under that. Like, yo, what are you doing?
I mean, that's why it was fucking hilarious with his backstory when he's like, yeah, I struggled and I was kicked out of whatever the fuck and blah, 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 blah. And like, yeah, I'm sad and I'm a tragic hero and blah, 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 blah. I'm a tragic character, blah, blah, blah.
And then you see him in the painting version.
Well, yeah, he still had the fucking mustache. I was fucking cracking up, and like my mom and sister were like watching it, like, you know, seriously, and I was just like, yo, what the fuck is this mustache? But overall, I still liked it, even though with the whole cheesy friendship, and then like literally watching Steve Trevor fucking explode in the sky. I mean, like, I feel like I don't know, because like, I feel like he didn't really need to sacrifice himself. Uh-huh. He could have just been like, "Oh shit! we need to send this plane on a course to the middle of the ocean." But he's just like, "No, I gotta flat myself."
So he would have been the other Steve, the other blonde World War Steve who flew a plane. It's a Captain America joke. Fuck y'all. Fuck off.
I don't know comics. I don't know comics.
I need better friends.
Wow. And that's when the show ended. Fuck. But yeah, I mean, like, I guess like they also killed the mom, so he was like, "Oh man, look, learn a lesson."
And that's funny because in Justice League, Batman ends up coming at her for not getting over her dead boyfriend.
I mean, were they even a couple?
They fucked.
I mean,
they fucked that one time.
Yeah, but like that was just. She's like, "Oh man, we danced," and then
No, because this whole scene in Justice League where Batman's like, "Yo," because Superman's dead at this point.
Oh, he died.
Superman died in Batman vs Superman. Spoilers. It's 2 years.
Oh yeah, well, fucking Darkseid or
Doomsday.
Yeah,
and there's this whole scene where Batman's like, "Yeah, you could have been just as big of an inspiration as Superman, but no, you spent the last 100 years in hiding because your boyfriend died."
What kind of asshole shit? And she's like, what the fuck?
No, she literally like shoves him after that. Like,
oh,
she puts her hand on it, just like.
She's like, yeah, I want his dick. She felt good.
Yeah, when they fucked for the first time, I'm like, yo, like, she's gonna break this nigga's hips. Like, nigga gonna come out tomorrow in a wheelchair.
Yo, it also felt weird that like the Steve Trevor's friends, this weird Hispanic looking dude, crazy white boy McGee, and
you talking about the PTSD nigga with the sniper
who like had a whole fucking backstory introduced and nothing happened. Like I thought they made him seem like this whole badass even though he was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
and like I was like, yo, he's probably gonna have a badass moment where like he snipes the fuck out of people. He's like, I know, look, I'm gonna fucking do the shit. And then like nothing happened. Yeah. I was like, we wasted this time with his fucking cool shit for no reason. And then the creepy Hispanic dude who's just like, oh, I know many voices and accents and blah 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 blah. Wonder Woman, I can seduce you in English or in French or Espanol. And there was a third nigga, I forget who the fuck it was.
The Native American dude?
Oh yeah, forced Native American dude. I forgot about that shit. Random niggas just.
But no, I actually liked his presence in there because he
was cool, but he's just like.
Because he was there to smuggle them over the lines.
I'm Native American.
He was there to smuggle them through, and also cool thing is they let the actor was Native American, and then they let him pick out his own outfit.
Oh, that's cool.
So like they didn't put him anything like stupidly.
I mean, like were there
stereotypical?
I mean, there were more Native Americans alive at that time frame. But, like, would they be in Britain?
I don't know. They had a reason for it. I forget.
Did they fight in the war?
They probably did. I don't know. Are you a historian, Walter?
No, that's why I'm asking questions.
Shut the fuck up until you...
I'm asking questions.
Shut the fuck up until you come back with sources, nigga. Come back with sources.
I'm not claiming anything. I'm asking fucking questions.
Come back with sources, boy.
Fucking questions.
Come back with sources.
How are you gonna say that I'm a fucking historian when I'm asking questions? I don't know. That's why I ask. I'm fucking Ask Jeeves this bitch.
Questions.
I'm gonna Google this shit. Be like, yo, were there any Native Americans in the fucking war? Nah.
Is this my cup?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was in front of you the whole time.
But there's this moment where he's he mentions that his people got screwed over by Steve Trevor's people.
Well, yeah, it's Native American.
Yeah, and I kind of like that for showing some ambiguity to the idea that
it's like y'all fucked up too.
Because the idea of war is bad, and I like the fact because if you read the comics, Diana's more rooted in World War II than World War One. Mm-hmm. But I like the fact that
I think that's why I was confusing you with World War II, even though
I mean you don't know the comics, you wouldn't have
no the movie.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I'm saying Anyway, whatever. But I like the fact that they shifted it to World War One instead, because in World War II there was a very specific bad guy.
She's like, Ares is back in the form of Hitler.
Pretty much.
Are you fucking
There was a very big specific. No. I was just saying that would have.
It's Mars.
I was just saying that's what would have happened if that's what they went with.
I'm gonna say,
but in World War II there's a very big obvious bad guy. World War One was a pretty muddy conflict where everyone was kind of on some fuck shit. Mm-hmm. And so basically I like the fact that they went with World War One because the idea of the movie was that was supposed to be war isn't caused by just one asshole.
It's caused by multiple people,
multiple systemic issues
and influences too. I mean,
and World War One is a much better example. Is a much better example of that than World War II.
It was the Great War. Let's have another Great War.
Can we not though?
I mean, talk to fucking Trump and fucking Kim Jong-un. Just like, hey, It's like, we gonna Skype.
I remember in the comics, apparently Superman ended World War II wild quick. He just flew beyond enemy lines and picked up Hitler and delivered him to the UN.
How does that work? He's just like, I'm gonna fly and... There you
Hey, war crimes.
go. Just like, okay. I mean, that also reminds me, okay, so what about Chris Evans? If they all take place in the same universe or whatever.
Wait, what?
Because, what's it called? Originally, Captain America was from the... Was he in the first war or the second war?
You realize
Or am I confusing worlds or some shit?
Captain America's Marvel.
Oh, fuck me, that's why... I'm thinking of the... Oh, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Fucking give a shit about the fucking nerd shit. Having a fucking heart attack at that...
Fucking weeb! Okay,
Oh no, but that was
weeb.
Japanese content instead of
yeah.
American content.
Yeah, I'm American!
Fuck you.
American!
Yeah, I mean, you literally showed what an American was as an overweight fuck.
Oh, gee. Thanks, Walter!
You get mad at shit and then you fucking choke on your own spit or some shit.
The voice I was using kind of scratched my throat a little bit, so
Oh, so you can't fucking do voices or whatever?
Yeah, I can totally do voices, yeah, fuck you.
Return of the freaking Frogs gang! The fuck was that? It's like a fucking, like, southern gritty, like, Scooby-Doo, the fuck? Like...
What is this podcast turned into? What are we doing?
I don't fucking know, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry, I'm perfect.
Fuck off. Yo, what you want to eat?
I don't know, what's nearby?
There's Szechuan across the street. There's we can go to Noches.
I love how we're discussing this on
Go fuck.
Noches is money.
Then there's McDonald's a few steps ahead, and then there's Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King.
Eating food at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, no one does that shit.
Let's go to McDonald's.
Let's go to McDonald's.
I mean, is there anything I want at McDonald's?
I have coupons for Burger King.
Let's go to Burger King.
I live. And that's the show where we argue about comics. I don't know shit. But
You made me sad.
boy, you know I don't fucking know comics.
Still, you made me sad.
I'm not gonna give you shit because you don't know fucking anime. That's not your shit. Plus,
Yeah, but comics are a lot easier to like. I mean,
they're the same medium almost. Manga.
Yeah. I'll get
Comics are the same shit except different languages and different concepts, I guess.
Ooh.
But yeah, I've been your host, Pink Armpits. You can find me anywhere on social media at Pink Armpits.
Are we ending this now?
Yeah,
How long have we been going?
an hour.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
we've been yelling so much that time went by so fast, and you had to cut off my fucking outro.
Whoops! This time called a cosplay. Bye!
Well, fuck you.
Bye!
I'm at Pink Armpits on everything on social media. If not, add music to the end of it, and then you'll find my dumb face. Charlotte was out this time because she just came back from Greece and she's fucking tired. So she'll be back next week maybe, or whatever. But yeah, we have an email, 3artists1mic@gmail.com, and we just made an Instagram and Facebook page.
I just made an Instagram and Facebook page. Suck my dick.
I mean, I was thinking of making it too. Like, oh, you want to take some fucking credits by making a fucking username and password? Suck a dick.
Listen, I put the profile picture up and shit.
Oh man, because you had it in your fucking memory.
Listen.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being judged right now.
You're not being judged. You're just trying to be like this grandiose thing.
I'm saying I made it. Like, I'm the one
You
who
want
did
to
it.
take full credit for it. I'm just saying we have it now.
Okay,
available.
all right. You do. No, you're like, oh, we made it. I made it. Like,
But you want to be like, no. Hashtag correction. Actually, objection. I made it because fuck you and I'm special.
what do you mean because fuck you? I made it. Like, what is this?
And we haven't posted shit on there.
Yeah.
But
we can get all three of us together so we can like take a group, a trio selfie for the cover.
Oh, for the
cover page, for the cover picture.
I mean,
yeah. So don't follow it yet because it's
no, follow it, bitch.
Okay, there's nothing to follow on it.
Fucking, there's gonna be updates.
Oh fuck. Okay,
Figure
yeah,
shit
you're an admin. You can do shit.
Figure shit out. But yeah. And we have all our socials. Charlotte's is also in the description. The Charlotte Doodles, Dork Doodles, and I'll add the fucking new Facebook and Instagram for the show in general. We have an email. Email us shit, questions, advice, whatever you want. Fucking no one emails us because no one listens to the fucking show. Share it with your fucking friends, at least one. You're just staring.
You sound so sad, buddy.
Hey, don't you want more exposure?
Yeah, but do you want a hug?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm not loved. All right, bye, guys.
Wow, because I don't hug you, you're not loved.
Yeah, because hugs are.
You just said you need more friends. Fuck you think you want sympathy for? You need better friends.
Sympathy? I need sympathy?
Sympathy? Yeah, you need better sympathy.
Sympathy?
Sympathy.
Fuck you.
Because apparently you don't think I'm a good friend. You don't want to do a show with me anymore. It's the final episode of the podcast.
Bye, guys, forever.
That's the end of it. Bye.